Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1 and Text 16. Now we have got a beautiful display now, so we all can learn. Kaha va bhagavataha tasya kova bhagavatastasya punya shloka idya karmanaha punya shlokejya karmanaha shuddhikamaha na shunuyan shuddhikamo na shunuyan yashaha kali malapaham yashaha kalimalapaham kova bhagavatastasya punyashlokeja karmanaha shuddhikamo na shunuyan yashaha kalimalapaham kova bhagavatastasya punyashlokeja karmanaha Shuddhikamo na shunaya Yashaha kalimalapaham Kova bhagavatastasya punyashlokeja karmanaha Shuddhikamo na shunaya Yashaha kalimalapaham Kova bhagavatastasya punyashlokeja karmanaha shuddhikamo na shunuya yashaha kalimalapaham Kaha who va rather Bhagavataha of the Lord, Tasya, his, Punya, virtuous, Shloka Ijya, worshipable by prayers, Karmanaha, deeds, Shuddhikamaha, desiring deliverance from all sins, Na, not, Shunuya, does hear, Yashaha, glories, Kali, of the age of quarrel, Mala Apaham, the agent for sanctification. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation: who is there desiring deliverance from the vices of the age of quarrel, who is not willing to hear the virtuous glories of the Lord? Please repeat. Who is there desiring deliverance from the vices of the age of quarrel, who is not willing to hear the virtuous glories of the Lord? Purport by Sri Prabhupada. The age of Kali is the most condemned age because due to its quarrelsome features. Kali Yuga is so saturated with vicious habits that there is a great fight at the slightest misunderstanding. Those who are engaged in the pure devotional service of the Lord, who are without any desire for self aggrandizement, and who are freed from the effects of fruitive actions and dry philosophical speculations, are capable of getting out of the estrangements of this complicated age. The leaders of the people are very much anxious to live in peace and friendship, but they have no information of the simple method of hearing the glories of the Lord. On the contrary, such leaders are opposed to the propagation of the glories of the Lord. In other words, the foolish leaders want to completely deny the existence of the Lord. In the name of secular state, such leaders are enacting various plans every year, but by the insurmountable intricacies of the material nature of the Lord, all these plans for progress are being constantly frustrated. They have no eyes to see that their attempts at peace and friendship are failing. But here is the hint to get over the hurdle. If we want actual peace, we must open the road to understanding of the Supreme Personality, Supreme Lord Krishna, and glorify Him for His virtuous activities as they are depicted in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. संस्तभक्तिवेदान्तपर्वतो मज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी भाष्यान्तदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So we are reading from the chapter Questions by the Sages. They are asking, the sages at Naimisharanya, they are asking innumerable questions to the speaker, Sutta Goswami. And then here in this verse they are saying, Shuddhi Kamo Na Shrunuya Yasha Kalimalapaham. If somebody is wanting to get rid of the effects of this age, Kali, then Punya Shloketya Karmanaha, he has to give oral reception to Punya Shloketya, the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose glories will Kali Mala Apaham. Kali means this age, Mala, contamination of this age will be cleansed off if we can give oral reception to the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there the sages are wondering, who will not give oral reception to these glories of the Lord by hearing them, by simple solution of hearing those glories of the Lord? One can become Shuddhikama, all the vicious habits that somehow we all accumulated in our lives. So this shloka he is giving us the simple formula for peace and friendship in the society. Why the peace and friendship is not existing now? Because the people are having vicious habits, And those habits, by those habits, what will happen? So here Prabhupada is mentioning great fights will happen at the slightest misunderstanding. So in this age, a simple misunderstanding can lead to a big fight. It could be between person to person, society to society, or country to country. Between those countries, there can be a big fight because of the slightest misunderstanding. And why is this? Because of the vicious habits that everybody is having. So what happens? People, because of these habits, they become extremely selfish. They become self-centric. Our expectation is that everybody should understand us, the whole society should understand me, and then they should behave in such a way that I am comfortable. We anticipate comfort, we expect good treatment, and some kind of peaceful existence with all others. And in one place, Prabhupada mentions that every one of us, we think, a particularly conditioned soul thinks that he is the center of the universe. Everything has to be for his satisfaction. So, when somebody is absorbed in that selfish motive, then what happens? As soon as somebody else is slightly differing from him, immediately there is a quarrel. We cannot accept a slightest deviation from our opinion or from our understanding. So then, because of that intolerance, quarrels begin, misunderstandings begin. We stop talking to each other, and the things can spiral up towards many things. So unfortunately, the Kali's influence has spread across all the units of our existence, including the basic unit called family. So families put together will make a society, and societies make up a nation. So because of the influence of this Kali, even there are issues at the basic unit, that is the family. The families are also struggling to keep the peace and friendship within themselves, and also within their little society or community. So now we can make innumerable rules, laws, understandings in order to bring in this peace and friendship. But we see that all such plans repeatedly collapses. And because of these vicious habits, the trust levels will come down between the people. We cannot trust our own family members. Generally, I keep hearing that sometimes the wife doubts the husband, and sometimes the husband doubts the wife. There is a trust deficit in the dealings, even among them. And so sometimes we doubt our children, we don't believe them, and then children also, they have lesser and lesser trust on their parents. We see this phenomena happening in some families. So why is all these things? We can say, no, you should trust me, you should do this, you should do that. So we can have a lot of discussions on how do we enhance the trust, how do we enhance the respect. Now this is one more thing. Because trust is not there, even respect levels are also not very high. The either family or the society, we don't see proper respect is being given to us, and that is also one reason for quarrels, even a slight misunderstanding. So these are the vicious things that we see in this age. So sometimes we think, is there a solution to all this? Looks like highly complicated. Prabhupada is using here complicated mesh of this age. It's like, a mesh means it's not easy to remove those, threads and make them straight. Everything is meshed up, you know. It's very difficult to deal with that situation. Sometimes it happens in our lives. For example, we have something called a Brahmana thread. Sometimes we are in a hurry to uh, you know wear that, and then suddenly you see the thread becomes little messed up, and then you have to spend a lot of time to straighten it up, and before you can utilize that. So similarly, if there is one thread in the family which is not okay, we may try to adjust. But there are many threads and they are also interlinked, meshed up. Then what happens? Sometimes it becomes overwhelming. Hmm? That's why, unfortunately, we see a lot of separations are happening in the family. The Vedic tradition is marriage means for life. The both husband and wife, they have to live together, and you know there are children. Take care of the children and ensure that the child gets proper treatment, proper support, and at the end of the life, the husband and wife can start traveling together to various tirthayatras. Actually, after 50, we are supposed to do such yatras more and more, and then gradually the parents will spend more and more time for Krishna consciousness, developing our attachment to hearing about Krishna. So, the solution to these vicious habits, how can we come out of all this? And that too, they are intermixed and very complicated. Uh, one issue can lead to many complications. So that's why very simple solution is recommended in Bhagavatam. It is so simple that sometimes we underestimate the potency. Is it really a fact? So here it is: Shuddhi kama na shrunuya yashaha kalimalapaham. You want this contamination of this age to subside in our life, so that there is a peace and prosperity, peace and friendship. Now, what is the solution? Here it is mentioned: Punya shlokedja karmanaha. Uh, the karmanaha, that means the pastimes of the Supreme Lord, they are punya shlokedja. They are very virtuous. The glorious of the glories of the Supreme Lord, when we hear, they're very virtuous and pious. And by such prayers, such glories, then what will happen? Kali malapaham, the contamination in our hearts will get washed away. Actually, to transform the heart of a person, to change his mentality, to change one's attitude, it is impossible. Ordinarily, extremely impossible to change somebody's heart. And for example, these habits are there. For example, uh, the drug menace is increasing in the society nowadays. Just 3 days back, the CBI, somehow they are very alert, and they seized 25,000 uh, 25,000 kg of drugs on a ship which has come to Vizag. Somehow the authorities are alert, and thousands of kgs of drugs are reaching India. Now imagine those 25,000 kg. Actually, the drugs, even if you take little bit, a little drop of it, it gives you such an impact. It takes you to such a hallucination, intoxication, that we forget everything, and we will be under the influence of such chemical. Drug means nothing but chemical, just a chemical in concentrated form. But apparently it stuns our mind, it subdues our some of the anxieties, so it feels nice. It's exactly like intoxication. If somebody drinks, for time being he feels satisfied and comfortable, but as soon as he comes out of it, he is not only again back to his original problems, now added to it the problems of his health and problems of all those things are there. See the complications of life. So, if somebody wants to give up this kind of habit, let us say, impossible. You may talk to him logically, intellectually, hours together, convincing him how this is not good to him. In fact, he will accept, yes, what you are saying is correct. I will tell you about one more addiction. The addiction of mobiles. Now we ourselves know how difficult it is to give up this addiction, despite knowing that it is going to affect our eyes, it is going to affect my sleep, it is going to affect so many things. Still, we are not able to give up. See, this is the impact of the habit. We should not underestimate the power of habits in our life. They are called second nature. See, the nature works very interesting. Our mind is part of the nature, it is given by the nature. And in the mind, there are two portions. One portion is called conscious mind, one more portion is called subconscious mind. Bhagavatam explains these two portions. Now, in the subconscious mind, there are very deep rooted habits which are stored. Habit means a predetermined path, a predetermined pattern, completely registered. They are like railway tracks. For example, from here to Vijayawada, if you have to take a train, it goes in the same track. There is no surprise there. It starts in Hyderabad, lands in Vijayawada. There is no surprise, and where it has to stop, it's clear. So similarly, there are some railway tracks in our subconscious mind. There is a beginning point. Every habit will have one trigger, some beginning point, and then it goes in the same track. You may try to resist, but once the train begins, it has to reach the destination. The destination could be just take something and put it in the mouth, take something and drink or smoke or whatever. There's so many things are possible. So there is a beginning point, and tuck lands with the ending point, and that will be one of those habits' final destinations. So this is the thing how the habits work, and they're so deeply engraved, it is impossible to come out of those. It's not possible because so people struggle whole life to give up those regular patterns. But so that's why the sages are surprised. They say, who is there who will not listen to the glories of the Supreme Lord? Such a simple solution is being given, and then who is there who will not listen to all this? They're surprised, the sages, because they are eager to hear. They already sat and they're in fact asking Sutta Goswami, please explain like that. They're very eager. And then they're saying so many advantages are there. Kalimalapaham, the whole Kali's influence can be counteracted. And then who is there who will not listen to all this? They're surprised. So, actually, you may think, how is it that just by hearing the glories of the Lord, all these things will subside and slowly vanish? Yes, because the Krishna's that love for Krishna, God, is dormant, already present inside our hearts. You are not learning something artificially today. All these classes are not to inject some artificial philosophy into your heads and somehow hike it up to ensure that you are here. No, the love for Krishna is naturally in our hearts. We are all great devotees of the Supreme Lord once upon a time. Unfortunately, we chose this life today. And so, that great devotion for the Almighty, the Supreme Lord, it is dormant now. We have forgotten. So, when we hear Krishna's messages, then that remembrance will come. It's like when we are sleeping, then the Bhagavatam gives interesting example. Let us say we are sleeping. In the sleep, let us say you are seeing some tiger or a lion, chasing you and then attacking you. You are in great fear and anxiety. Oh, tiger, please save me. And your whole body is sweating, and you are not able to visualize. The dream is so horrible, and then the tiger is about to attack. The kind of anxiety and fear that you go through. If somebody is watching all this, they'll all be smiling. What is happening? He's sleeping, and what is the kind of sounds he's making? They'll be smiling and they'll be thinking, Hare, what is this? He should have just get up now. Why is he struggling like this? Just get up. So, if you want to wake up someone and relieve him from that anxiety, let us say you want to relieve that anxiety or panic of that person, one way is to, somehow you go into his dream and say, hello, you are in a dream. So that means he sees you in a dream. But then he may not get up. He thinks that's also part of the dream, masala going on. One more way is just make a sound and wake him up. Get up, like that. It is so. Bhagavatam messages are like that. It wakes up the soul. Your reality is something. You are somebody else. In a dreamy world, you are thinking, I am so and so. I have to do so many things, and and you are going through all the anxieties. So here, the simple solution of giving oral reception to Yashaha, the glories of the Supreme Lord. Now let us say we have become devotees. Now how is that? So all of you are chanting, you are developing some devotion to Krishna, Vishnu, Narayana. And so, let us say, now yes Prabhu, now we are all devotees. How is the peace and friendship can manifest in our lives? Yes, you first is go on hearing the Yashaha, glories of the Lord, and then chanting Hare Krishna, that vibration, hearing that vibration. If you do that, then there is a pacification automatically of the heart. So, there is one book called Nectar of Instruction. In that, how we can develop loving relation with other Vaishnavas, our own family members. If your entire family becomes devoted, let us say they're all chanting. Now, there are some formulas how we can enhance the peace and friendship within the family. The same principles can be extended to the society. Now, what are these formulas? Here it is mentioned Dadhati Pratigrunnati Guhyam Akyati Puchati Bhungte Bojayate Chaiva Shadvidam Preeti Lakshanam. So there are 6 symptoms of love shared by one devotee and the other. Among the devotees, these 6 interactions are permitted in order to enhance the peace and friendship. In our house also, let us say all of them are chanting or all of them are into Krishna consciousness, then these 6 symptoms of exchanges, that is very congenial. What are they? Here it is mentioned, offering gifts in charity, dadati pratigrunnati, that means accepting charitable gifts. So let us say you and your husband, children and the parents, now you want to have loving interaction. How do I develop my love? For Krishna, for the family members, for everybody, for the other devotee. Now we are in part of a devotee community. So the first 2 symptoms, first 2 aspects, formulas are that dadati pratigrunnati. We should offer gifts, and also if somebody gives a gift, we should receive the gift. Exchanging of gifts is the powerful mechanism to develop loving or some good relationship with others. Particularly here, that is offering gifts in charity. For example, let us say you go to some, say Yadagiri Gutta, or you go to some temple, and then you had darshan, let us say husband and wife, both of them went, and then they purchase a small toy, Krishna toy, or a Krishna that game book, or some coloring book, keeping in mind I should give this to my children. So Krishna is there in the picture, and what are you gifting? You are gifting something connected to Krishna, and then mother will hide behind and say, "See, I went to Golden Temple. Can you believe what did I get for you?" The child is excited, and the mother reveals the gift. This is an excitement. So actually, very important that the family finds some time to have these exchanges. One more problem with this age is that both husband and wife or the family doesn't get time to come together. Now actually more exchanges are there. One is about gifts. Then guhyam akyati pruchati. Guhyam akyati. Confidential, revealing one's mind in confidence. And you also inquire confidentially. Now, actually, if there is a time among the family members, then there can be exchange of confidentialities. After all, every human being has to disclose to somebody what is going on. It is a requirement. And this formula is given by Goswamis. Because how long we can keep it in our heart and try to manage that stuff? We need to reveal to somebody. So Shastra is saying, yes, between the devotees, this is very good. You can ask confidentially how to render this service. What is this Tulasi Puja? Or what is this Japa? There is a certain exchange in Krishna consciousness. Even in ordinary material matter also, you can use the same principles. Husband can reveal something confidential that is going on, and the wife also can tell something that is her observations about, say, his children her children or whatever. Sometimes the mother will come to know a child's special requirements or this and that. There should be a confidential discussion among the family members. Like that, if the time is spent on exchange of this relationship, that Preeti Lakshanam, that enhances the love among the members of the family. So then, Bhumte Bhojayate. The last one is Bhumte, you give prasad to the family member, and then Bhojayate. When they also offer something to you, you also accept. This is also Preeti Lakshanam. Sometimes we see, some politicians or somebody, they win. They all go and put cake into his mouth. They feed him. And then he also feeds them. There is a exchange of some kind of a relationship. Preeti Lakshanam. So, these 6 symptoms, 6 actions are highly important for developing our community relations, devotee relationships within the family, within this community. So, the families should find time to not only exchange these, they have to exchange all these things with the Lord Himself. Krishna, we should give gift. And so there is a devotee community, the organization, which is, it receives the gift and it also gives some gift. For example, all of you are coming here, you are giving something to the society, and society also is giving something to you back. Let us say you become a member, then we also give some whatever books, magazines, we invite you for festivals, and then we feed you. Whenever you come, we give some prasad. And then if we also happen to come to your house, you also offer something, at least some water, this and that. Certainly everybody will offer. And so these are the interactions with the Vaishnavas. A respectful dealing of Vaishnavas enhances our Krishna conscious advancement. For example, all of you are here. I am sure all of you are coming from good backgrounds. But if you see the kind of prasadam what we are offering, it is actually not very big. Just one item, say khichdi is there. One khichdi and what little frames are there. But still, it is prasadam. So, yes, I want to come, I want to honor little prasadam. Actually, all of you can easily afford to go to a 5-star hotel or anywhere else and have some fish or whatever. But no. In the association of all the Vaishnavas, whatever prasadam that is offered to me, I will accept. And then, so like that, you see there is a interaction among the Vaishnavas, the devotees of the Lord, in order to enhance our advancement in Krishna consciousness. So this is very important. So similarly, if there is a event in your house, say somebody's birthday or your marriage day, or say 60th anniversary or whatever, so such occasions should be done in such a way that Krishna's glories are heard, or at least the chanting of Hare Krishna is present during such functions. This is the greatest dadati. You can give this greatest gift to all your relatives, all your friends. This is how you can enhance the peace and friendship among the community members. So you invite all of them, and then there is a birthday ceremony. Let us say your child's birthday is there. Generally, what we do, we keep a cake, and then we have these candles that according to the age, and then how it will start, he will put up the candle. Hare, you have lighted something and you are it should not be done actually, but most of the people, we follow some other customs and we don't understand what is the, in our culture, when we light a lamp, that is offered to the Lord, and then that lamp when it comes, let us say Arati when it is coming, tuck it puts off. How will you feel? You feel, "Arey, ye kya ho raha hai?" So, uh, we should celebrate certainly, because they are the occasions to exchange these six things. Say birthday party is there. Obviously, all the relatives and everybody, they come with some gifts. They give it to the child, the boy or girl, and then let us say, then you will also give in the end some food, some, some prasad. Your food should be prasad. Then you give something, and then while discussing, they will also say, my son went here, my girl went here. Some kind of discussions also will be there. In all these interactions, if we can bring in the glories of the Lord into the picture, the whole environment becomes pious uh, and cleansed, very bright and happy. And not only that, the people will be very satisfied. In fact, even if the arrangements are missing here and there, they will be highly satisfied. For example, you are all coming here, arrangements may not be up to the mark. Of course, now we got little more arrangements here, but still you are happy to come and highly satisfied, even if the prasad is very simple. Why? Because there is Krishna, Lord is present. In this program, Lord is present, He is conscious of this meeting that is happening, and then His blessings are there. That's why we feel so contented, even if the arrangements are not good. So, if you want to make your festivals, your events, and any of the get-togethers very pleasant, peaceful, enhancing friendship, bring Krishna. You ensure that everybody chants Hare Krishna. You say this is our tradition in our house. And I request all of you, please repeat after me, and you will make them chant 3 times, 9 times. If they are all very excited, you can make them chant 1 or 2 times. It doesn't require any big abilities. What you are already doing, you just say, this is our culture, I request all of you to do it. And then for that function anyway, you have to prepare some items. Why not just offer to Krishna? You think all these items I am preparing, I will offer it to the Lord, and Lord's prasadam. When you give it to Krishna, Krishna gives back. When you give it to Krishna, it is called Naivedya. And when Krishna gives back, it is called prasadam. There is an interaction. People don't know. Outsiders, they think, अरे क्या है, आप जो भी रखा वही ले रहे. No. God's eating is different from our eating. We are kacha, we eat like that. God is not like that. He is not dependent on all these things. His glance is enough. If the Supreme Lord just glances on the food that we have kept, that's enough. That's offered. He accepted. So that food, we are having an interaction with the Lord. I am offering, and He is accepting, and He is giving me. That's why prasadam is very tasty. Very, very tasty. There is an open challenge. What is that? Can you exactly prepare Tirupati laddu anywhere else? You will not be able to. Many people tried to make Tirupati laddus because it's a very big business for them. But they could not get the same taste. There are laddus in every street, but then you don't get the same taste. You want that same Tirupati laddu. Why is that? That laddu is also same. There is Sanagapindi, besan, and there is some sugar, some little ghee, some dry fruits, and misri. Abhi dalno, What is there? You can also put all these ingredients and you get the same taste. No. Why this is having so much taste? Because although prepared using all these ingredients, they prepare as per Agama, Shastra, knowing very well that it is meant for offering to Krishna, God, Balaji. Now, during preparation, one care you have to take. What is that? We should never taste. In the kitchen, we should never taste items which are prepared for the Supreme Lord. So, without tasting, depending on Him, out of love, you will prepare some items and then you keep in front of Guru and Krishna. Now you are offering prayers to Guru because Krishna we cannot directly reach. So we approach the pure Vaishnava, pure devotee, Mahabhagavata, and we pray to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, this is what we could do. Kindly accept this, offer this to Krishna, and give us prasad. A pure devotee, he hands over to his Guru, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Like that, in Parampara, the offering reaches the Supreme Personality of God. Because it has come in a bona fide channel, the Lord accepts the offering and that becomes prasadam, very sweet, very different, completely auspicious to eat that prasad. Mind becomes peaceful just by eating prasad. Okay, so no one should think that there are some ordinary ingredients. No, they are extraordinary mercy of the Lord. It is mercy. That's what prasadam means, mercy of the Lord. It is supreme mercy of the Supreme Lord. It comes to us in a very palatable form so that we can relish it and we can feel grateful to the Supreme Lord. And this is Yasha, this is His glory. Even now He is interacting with us. God is not far away. He can come very close also. And then He can interact with us. That is more important. In our day-to-day life, you can experience God's presence just in the acts of offering and receiving. And when you are receiving, what are you receiving? You are receiving from Him, from Krishna. So this is prasad. So similarly, by chanting His holy names, you are offering your heart, your energy to Krishna, and Krishna also will reciprocate. So like that, bhakti means interaction with the Supreme Lord, and in relation to Krishna, interacting with all the Vaishnavas, our family members. Let us say in our family, only you are a devotee and others are not becoming devotees. They are not interested. So, you should not become, impatient. You should not become disturbed. Everybody takes their own time to develop their Krishna consciousness. It is there dormant. It's not. See, soul always nice, pure, but because of some contaminations in the mind, sometimes they don't show interest in God. Sometimes they may declare, no, I am an agnostic, I am an atheist. Then the family members will think, my God, how to make him a devotee? Not possible. And when you say, you come to the temple, you will say, no. And you will say, no, we are all going to temple, why don't you come? No, I will go to somewhere else. Then how do we do? Even then we should not get frustrated or develop any difference, misunderstanding. No, because it will lead to quarrels. Our goal is not quarrel. Our goal is somehow he has to get Krishna. So now what can the mother do or what can the father do? Very simple, introduce prasad into your life. In a way, you have to cook and you have to. So then offer it to Krishna and pray to the Lord, my Lord, let all the family members also become pacified. They also, let us all live in peace and friendship. So please bless us with our wonderful prasad. You offer your prayers and then that prasadam you nicely feed your, anyway, they think it's same idli sambar other same rice dal, whatever. Whatever maybe they are thinking, this will have an effect. And not only that, he will not complain. He'll feel, it's more tasty. So your job also becomes easier. Actually, making the family Krishna conscious is the easiest way to achieve peace and friendship. And for that, what you need to do? Simply hear Bhagavatam, Yashaha, the glories of the Supreme Lord, and also the chanting of Hare Krishna. That's a very simple form. Touching Krishna, Krishna's vibration is same. That vibration, when it enters into our ears, and that purifies the heart. There is no other mechanism to purify this contamination. Kalimalapaham. That's why it is said, Yashaha Kalimalapaham. Krishna's glories are the only solution for coming out of these contaminations. So these are some of the principles. Implement these 6 exchanges in our families. Let us say they are not devotees, don't be in a hurry. With love, you should conquer. Not with argument, not with any of the this thing. Patience, and with love, you should conquer their hearts and bring them to Krishna. So, tomorrow is Lord Chaitanya's divine appearance day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Lord Chaitanya, it is mentioned in Bhagavatam that he is Krishna Varnam, Tusha Krishnam, Sangapangastra Parshadam, Yajnai Sankirtana Praye, Yajantihi Sumedasaha. Intelligent people in this age of Kali, they worship the form of Krishna, Krishna Varna. And who is that form? That form, that Lord is always glorifying Krishna. And who is he? What is that incarnation? That is called Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam. He is not blackish, but he is Krishna. Krishna Varna also means he belongs to Krishna category. Now Krishna category means there is no, we should not think there are many Krishnas. No, there is only one. So Krishna himself comes in the form of golden. It is called golden avatar. Kali Yuga, people, what to say, they get attracted to white or gold. If the skin color is white or gold, they become more attracted, blackish. So Krishna comes as golden avatar. And then what is the worship method of golden avatar? Yajnai Sankirtana Praye. Just do Sankirtan in front of Lord Chaitanya. That's it. He is Yajnapati. He is satisfied. The only yajna that we have to do in this age is just do this Sankirtan. Chant Hare Krishna and here chant Krishna's glories and here that's it. Okay, so this system of glorification of the Supreme Lord is given by Lord Chaitanya, who is actually an Acharya Rupa of Lord Krishna himself. Lord Krishna comes as a great devotee, as an Acharya, that is Lord Chaitanya. So tomorrow is the greatest celebration, not only in our Golden Temple, here also we are having in the morning, and anybody nearby, you can come and witness the Abhishekam. There will be a small Abhishek to Gaurnitai, and there will be some discourse, and then there is some prasad. And in a very big way, we will do it in our Golden Temple, and there also there will be Abhishek and all that. And we will also be showing the annual report of our activities. We will be offering to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because our movement is Lord Chaitanya's movement. We come in his sampradaya. And so Lord Chaitanya, once he told that my name will be heard in every town and village. Hare Krishna will reach every town and village of the planet, of this planet. Then everybody thought, because Mahaprabhu appeared 500 years back, Those days, the only way you can move from one village to another village is by walking. Okay, maximum the bullock cart. Kings can go on ratha and horses. That's all. These are the only conveyances. And but imagine if holy name has to reach every nook and corner of the world, how it is possible? Everybody thought when Mahaprabhu said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Krishna's name will reach every corner of the world, they thought maybe he is referring to just Bengal. Wherever you can walk, maybe you can spread holy name. That's what they thought. But actually, in the last many hundreds of years, there was a tremendous progress in science and technological divisions. It is also Lord's wish, unless He gives that kind of a blessings. It is not possible to discover all this. They are all there. These technologies are already present, but you need to discover. Scientists are doing that. They are discovering this law is there, gravitation law is there, that law is there. It's not that they are creating laws. No, already existing, they are discovering. So, Lord has given that intelligence to discover what He has created, and then based on those discoveries, they are able to build up some technologies, and that's how the message of Lord Chaitanya, this Hare Krishna, has reached all the continents of the planet. And it was majorly done by Srila Prabhupada in 1960s. We know that story. Single-handedly he went and he established Hare Krishna in all the continents of the world, single-handed. That is the power of Lord Chaitanya's movement. That's the power of Lord Chaitanya's pure devotees. And by their blessings, today we are able to hear Bhagavatam. Even in this age of Kali, some direction is there, some purpose is there in our minds. We know we have something to achieve in our lives.